What is up, and welcome back to the channel. It's boy Flippin' Stoop. I hope you guys are rocking out your weekend. Hope you guys' sales been up. Uh, this, I want to give people a perspective of kind of what, I don't know. I can't say what it takes to succeed on the level I want to, but, all the research I do and where I've been and where I took myself, uh, we live in a world, we're in the United States here, we have 330 some million people in here, and you're one of them, right? I was thinking this on my way back from the store this morning from getting coffee. We live in this big world of mass. Like, it's you and then all this opportunity, right? Everybody has opportunity. And if you hear like people like Elon Musk say, and oh God, what's the creator of Apple, guys? I can't even think. Steve Jobs. If you think about what these people say, they realize that everything you touch, everything you see, the vehicle you drive, the TV that you watch, the cell phone you might be watching this on, depending on what you're watching it on, the computer, the coffee cup, the water bottle, everything was made and created by somebody no smarter than you or I, right? And that resonates with me, and I believe that to be 1000% true. Because I used to, before I started working on changing my life and going in a different path of entrepreneurship and working a 9 to 5, I just thought that the owner of the company I'm working for is just more intelligent than me. That's, I was making up excuses in my own mindset, right? Like the creator of eBay. I'm like, they're just smarter than me, right? That's why they were able to design this platform that we can make a full-time living on, right? But the truth is, that is all false, and that is all excuses. That's excuses we make so we don't have to put in the hard work to get the results they got, right? They're no different than us. They're one of 330 some million people. That was of 2021. There was 331 million people in the United States. I'm sure it's inclined a little bit. Yeah, but the truth is, those people are no more intelligent. No, maybe one of them's got a bachelor's degree and you only got an associate. That don't make them smarter. That just means they went to the next step, right? And I'm not saying there aren't some people that's more academically inclined than others, but there are plenty of high school dropouts that own 60 some companies right now, or 30 some companies. So what I'm trying to get at is the level you're trying to, wherever you're trying to get to in your reselling journey, somebody's already got there. And that person is no smarter than you. And I'm not discrediting the person that's further than you at all, or am I discrediting you or I? We just haven't put in the work yet to get us there, right? And there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube that I can't stand. Facebook and Instagram, this instant millionaire success in 6 months, in 12 months, whatever scheme they're trying to sell you. Just download our app and pay us $900 some a month, and we'll teach you how to become a millionaire in 6 months. It don't work like that. I've never listened or studied any real successful person, okay? And using my own experience from example, I don't call myself a super success by no means, but I do consider myself successful on eBay financially and the inventory that I built. But anybody that's super achieved and really built something that they're proud of, and that's humble actually, right? I've never listened to any one of them say that there's a 6-month hack or there's a 12-month hack. Matter of fact, they hate it when they hear that because they know that to be false and they're selling you fake information. And this has been going on since day one, right? People with false advertisement, you see it fucking everywhere. There used to, my fiance is a lot better at this now, but there used to be times she's like, oh my God, babe, look, I can buy this. I can buy 15 pairs of shoes for 99 cents. I'm like, do you really think that's real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's been false advertisement forever, right? So don't buy into them schemes. If somebody's trying to teach you or tell you that I can make you become a millionaire in 6 months, that's false. Do I believe you can learn what it takes in 6 months to a year? I don't believe that either, because you just have to go through the motions to get you there in order to actually acquire the knowledge, right? Or acquire the wisdom, I believe knowledge is something you can learn. You can read it in a book, and now you know it, and that's knowledge. Wisdom is putting it into action and actually getting the results. That's my definition of those two words. So when I talk about knowledge, now you know what I'm talking about. When I talk about wisdom, you know what I'm talking about. So in order to become from $20,000 a year to $120,000 a year, I can tell you how to do that in 10 minutes. I can give you the knowledge on how to do that in 10 to 30 minutes, right? But I can't give you the wisdom for that. I can't do it for you. Fuck Christ, if I could do it for you, I'd be a millionaire, right? I'd already be a millionaire. So you have to go through multiple failures, ups and downs to get you to where you want to get to. The main point of this video is you have nothing less than the reseller that's doing $1 million in sales, other than hard work, dedication, and the amount of inventory they can get at a time now, right? That's the only thing in between you and them, or me and them. That's the only thing. There is no, please don't ever, the biggest thing that drives me nuts on YouTube is, check this hack out. It's like these people got this fucking hack thing. They blew it way out of perspective. Listen to the big people like Gary Vee. Listen to people like Andrew Frisella that I talk about. Listen to people that's been doing this shit for 30 fucking years in business. And I'm not talking about reselling, but it's all the fucking same. It's a marketplace, okay? Gary Vee is an entrepreneur, built wine library for his dad. It was established, but he took it to a way extreme level for his dad, and then he started V Media, or whatever it's called, right? And Andrew Frisella started in supplements. His first 10 years, he didn't make shit for money. Him and his partners working side jobs just to keep the stores open and pay for their living expense. And they both say, and they've both been doing it for 20 to almost 30 years, and now they're talking about it. Okay, you get what I'm saying? The only reason I started making content about reselling on eBay in the beginning was to show people what it was going to take me from point A to point fucking Z, right? Because I wanted to try to encourage people to keep going, as well as show you guys some of the failures and successes we've acquired throughout the time. And I value both of them. I value the failures and I value the successes, right? As a matter of fact, I value the failures more than I do the successes, because if I'm not failing somewhere, I'm not stretching hard enough and I'm not growing, right? But none of these people that I've studied, at least for the past 5.5 years, five and a half years, have ever said, hey, check this hack out to business success. Because it doesn't fucking exist. So every time I hear this, I so want to jump on these YouTube channels and be like, bullshit, you're a liar, bullshit, quit selling these people schemes, right? It is literally, the reason I believe most resellers don't make it, because they just didn't go through the process long enough. It's nothing to do with whether you're yes, it does have a little bit to do whether you're finding inventory that'll actually sell. But Jesus Christ, you could sell Walmart inventory and fucking make it, right? You can walk into a Walmart, grab the clearance rack, fucking mark it up by fucking 30%. If you can get enough of them and sell enough of them every day, you can make a full-time living. It's that fucking simple. It doesn't have to be any more difficult than that, right? But you just have to, we have to keep going through the processes. The times where it feels like we're getting fucking nowhere. I'm in them. Right? I've been in them. I'm going to go through them again. I'm actually kind of at that point right now where I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Right? But it's through those times you don't give up that makes you get to the next level in reselling. And I don't hear, listen, I hear a lot of this being talked about by people that's been in business for 20 and 30 years. Right? There's a bunch of them I follow and studied and read their books and all that. But there's a few that I watch on a regular basis. And I've never, ever heard them ever say out of their mouth something about a hack or a 6-month, 12-month fucking trick. And here's the problem is, that is why people settle for a 9-to-5. And I'm not knocking anybody with a 9-to-5. But we settle for a 9-to-5 because, one, we're emotional beings and we are impatient beings. We put in the work this week, we want the rewards next week. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Right? Unless you absolutely love the field you're in, which is only about 13% of the United States. Actually, yeah, 13% of the United States, and that was on statistics 2 to 3 years ago, so it might have changed even more, yeah, right? Because 87% of the people in the United States, as I've said in a shit ton of videos, are unhappy with what they do for a living, right? Which is batshit crazy to me when there's all these opportunities, right? Look, if you don't like what you're doing and you don't like to resell, at least do something that's going to make you some more income. I mean, don't that make logical sense? Because most 9 to 5s, at least in my area, you guys, we are in the United States. There's 51 other fucking states, other than myself, in Michigan, where I'm at. The central Michigan area where I'm at, there isn't a lot of opportunities that's going to pay me $40 and $50 an hour, especially with the record I got. I told you guys I did 10 years in prison, right? So I had felonies a decade ago, a little over a decade ago. There ain't nowhere in this area that's going to take me on and pay me $25 to $50 an hour. Nowhere. eBay will, though. eBay ain't going to make you do a background check and all this. But I don't think they'll ever do that. They don't give a shit, right? Because, for one, you're not working around other employees that they got to be responsible for. So it's an open field to everybody. But, again, I've never heard any of them guys that I watch, or girls. There's a few entrepreneur women I watch that are millionaires, too. I've never, ever heard any of them talk about a quick way to get it. That quick never comes out of their mouth. They say, you got to be in it for the long haul. Right? So if you want eBay to take you to a full-time position to where you're able to pay your bills, you're able to put up money, you're able to buy more inventory, you're able to expand and live more comfortably than you ever have. The only way to do that is through patience. There is no fucking hack. There is, yes, it's exciting to go out and find a home run fucking item. It still excites me a little bit here and there when I find them, right? But the excitement of the hunt of items anymore, that is gone in me too. Once in a blue moon when I buy a bulk inventory and I stumble across something, like I stumbled across a Supreme hoodie not long ago, that excites me, right? But that's because my visions and my goals are bigger than one home run, right? I want to make millions, possibly. I would like to get to the $1 billion marker, right? Here's what I say, and people are like, "Whoa, that's impossible," right? And I'm not saying it's possible on eBay, right? And I'm definitely not saying it's possible on eBay with one person, for sure, right? But what I'm saying, why I say that, is because be very careful what you tell yourself your limits are. I stress this very much so, because all my life I told myself I'll never make $100,000 a year like my old man did, right? My dad did. And the majority of my life, I never even got close to that. You will fall into what you believe you can make. So a billionaire may seem like a far stretch for every single one of us in this group. But if you zero that out, you most definitely never will. You may as well stretch for the moon and at least tip the freaking high 6 figures, right? Shoot for the moon. Make a goal. I want to be a millionaire. Does that mean you're going to hit that goal? Not necessarily. But you'll get a lot further than you would have if you said, I just want to make $60K a year. You take a person that says, I want to make $60K a year on eBay, and that's it. That's all I'm able to do, right? And then you take that same person and you clone them, and this person says, I'm going to make $1 million in a year. They both go to work for the next 2 to 5 years. Who do you think's going to fucking get farther? The person that says they're going to touch $1 million, because they're actually going to put the effort in. I'll tell you the truth. On eBay, $60,000 a year ain't shit in sales. I'm just being honest. I'm not knocking anybody that's lower than that. You can do that in a fucking hour and a half a day, hour a day. I believe you. If you can do 10 items in an hour, well, you can work 1 hour a day, or while you got to do the photos. So we'll just say 2 hours a day. You can make $60,000 in sales easily, fucking easily. This is why I say, if you can do that in 2 hours a day, but you're giving your company 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, maybe some of you guys are working 7 days a week, right? And they're paying you less than that? That's fucking nuts, guys. There's so many people in the United States making between $25,000 and $45,000. It's fucking ridiculous. There are people on eBay doing that a month. A month. Now, these are people that are working probably around the fucking clock, right? Or they have 3 people working with them. You know, the whole work smarter, not harder thing. I don't really believe in that, because I believe you should here's what I think. Well, here's my analogy on the work smarter, not harder thing, right? Well, if you're working smarter and you figured out a way to make $30,000 a year on eBay in a few hours, right? Why wouldn't you utilize the next fucking 8 hours of your freaking day and turn that into $130,000 a year? Why wouldn't you do that? Right? So the whole work smarter, not harder thing, I don't agree. I believe you got to put blood, sweat, and equity in everything you do if you want good results. That's just my based opinion. That's what I believe in. You don't have to believe in that whatsoever. And I want people to know, I'm never trying to conform you into my beliefs. I just try to say what's been working for me. And I think out of 331, 30 whatever million people we have in the United States, we all have valuable opinions and things we do in our life. And somebody can learn from you, somebody can learn from me, somebody can learn from everybody, whether good or bad, right? We all can learn from somebody. Hence the reason I started making a channel like this on Facebook. The reason, the main reason was not because I want to sit up here and say, this is how you do it. It's got nothing to do with that. It's one phrase I say that somebody was about to give up, and they pick up that phrase, they dust the self off, and they go for another day. And I want people to know this. If you're having one of them days you want to ram your head through a fucking wall, and you want to throw all your inventory in the garbage and light it on fire, right? Whatever bad day you're having, right? If you're having one of them days, don't ever make a decision off emotions. Don't do that. If you make decisions on emotions, every time I've done that throughout my life, I wound up incarcerated. I wound up high on drugs. I wound up drinking alcohol. I wound up hurting people. I wound up hurting myself. Never, ever make a decision, never make an irrational decision, which is, in my opinion, is a decision based on your emotions. If you're upset for the day so bad where you're willing to throw in the towel, sleep on that shit. You ever hear anybody say that? Hey, sleep on that shit before you're about to buy a house. Sleep on that shit, right? Don't ever go, what do they call that? Insta-buys. You ever walk into a store and you'll be like, oh, it's shiny and it looks pretty, but I'm going to buy it and use it for 2 seconds and it's going to sit on the shelf for the rest of its fucking life, right? They're called Insta-buys. I mean, my fiance began to work on that a few years ago, and it's helped drastically. Now, I don't go into a Walmart and all these shiny things stick out at me because I had a bad spending habit. Like, I would walk into a gas station and see something, I would never fucking use it, but I want to buy it, right? And Gary Vee says it all the time. People in the United States just buy dumb shit, right? They do. People do buy dumb shit. I'll give you an example. Look at the stupid fucking knickknacks you see all over Walmart, all over gas stations. It's dumb shit. It's not needed, right? You need a can opener to open your can of beans or whatever you're going to eat. You don't even need plates. Use paper plates. Right? I'm just giving you some analogies, right? People buy dumb shit, and I was one of them people. Okay, and we started getting away from that. But the whole rant about this morning is, you and I are no different. All we have between us and where we want to be is space and time and opportunity. Space, time, and opportunity. Space, time, and opportunity. So if you can look at your day like that today is not just 24 hours. It's 24 hours of opportunity that you get to advance somewhere throughout your reselling journey. Whether that's finding a better inventory plug, whether that is whatever it might be, tightening up your inventory, sending out more offers, revising more items, listing more items, doing more photography for the day the next day. I hear a lot of people say, don't take more photos than you're going to list today. I don't agree with that. I got a pile right now of 28 freaking items sitting, 28, 30, somewhere in there. Items that I took extra photos yesterday that, guess what? That makes my day easier. And guess what? They're still in my phone. They didn't go anywhere. I totally get it. Don't take thousands and thousands and thousands of photos, because what happens if somebody hacked your phone? What happens if your phone broke? Or what happens if you forgot your Gmail? You can't get back. I totally get that, right? But I do it all the time. I always wake up with extra inventory to list because I always take more photos than I need to do, right? So all this world is, so I started the video, I was driving on the way home from getting our morning coffee, and I'm looking and I'm like, what are we? This is what I'm thinking. What are we? What is our purpose here in this world, right? I'm like, okay, we're flesh. We're water, we're blood, we're organs, we're brains, brains and organ, whatever, but you get the gist, right? I'm driving this van, I'm like, what is our purpose in life? Just to work our fucking asses off and then die, right? I'm like, there's all this opportunity Oh, it's just a world of mess. I'm in the country, so I'm in a country area, and I'm pulling up, and I'm looking at the intersection I'm in, and I'm like, just nothing but fields. Well, the city I just went and picked my coffee up in one day looked like that too. And then somebody had an idea that was no smarter than me or you and said, hey, this would be a good place to put a church. Hey, this would be a good place to put a gas station. Hey, this would be a good place to put a school. And then 15 years down the road, 10 years down the road, it became a little city, right? That all started with an idea. You had an idea of reselling. Where it goes is solemnly predicated on what you do with it. eBay is a winning fucking platform, and it has been for years. There is no can I make it on eBay. Right? I want people to get that out of your head. Oh, am I going to find items that'll sell actually on eBay? Guys, I dug shit out of the trash and it sold. So fuck yes, you can find shit that will sell on eBay. I think we get caught up a lot right there. I did. I'm like, oh my God, is this actually going to sell? The only way you're going to know is list the fucking item and do your research. Right? Do your research, list the item. Do your research, okay, that item is never sold. That doesn't mean it won't sell, though. Right? It is a huge marketplace, guys. I talked about it before. Billions of dollars in sales in a year. That is a fucking huge market, okay? That's a huge market. I'm not saying it's the biggest market. You got places like Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world. You know, you got the construction industry that's probably maybe trillions of dollars a year. I don't know. I would imagine, though, right? But billions? Look, you got to look at it this way. How many resellers on eBay are really doing this shit 6-7 days a week? Not a lot, guys and girls. There's a lot of part-timers, and there's nothing wrong with part-time if that's what you choose to do. Your ability in today's day and age to get to 6 figures a year on eBay, to get to whatever goal you want on eBay, I believe is very fucking strong. Very strong. Okay? Because it is literally the opportunity. You wake up, say you wake up at 8 o'clock, whatever, right? You wake up at 8 o'clock, your feet hit the ground, you start worrying about your day, right? Instead of doing that, focus on, wow, I got another day to get to a better level, to get to a better place. I'm not telling you to go from 13 items a day today to go to fucking 46. That's retarded. I don't even know if I can say that word anymore. I think that's a part of cancel culture now, so I didn't mean that towards anybody that is handicapped, okay? That was just a figure of speech, and I apologize if that offended anybody, but you know, we wake up, and instead of worrying about your here's what I'll explain to you what I did. I used to wake up and I used to dread the day. I'm going to tell you why I dreaded the day. Because I knew from past experiences what the results were going to look like throughout my day, and it wasn't exciting me anymore. Why? Because I wasn't stretching hard enough. I wasn't looking at each day as an opportunity. I was looking at each day as another dreadful task I got to get through just so I can go to sleep. That's the fucking truth. And that's where you get stagnant, and that's when you fail. That's when you fail in life. I firmly believe that. This is why I believe the waking up and winning your morning, whether that's with an exercise, whether it's with a gratitude list, a prayer, something positive in the morning to get your gears going right. There's not one winning person that I study that doesn't have a morning routine they do to get their mindset right. The ones I'm following and studying, guys, these people are doing billions of dollars in sales in a year, right? Which puts them in the hundreds of millions of dollars a year. These people I am studying, I've never ever heard of one of them not talk about gratitude. Listen, man, success leaves clues. If you want to get somewhere you've never been, start following some people that are modeling a life that you would want to be in. That's very truthful. I do it every fucking day. Now, don't compare yourself to them, because I got caught up in that trap too before, and that put me in a bad state of depression, and I was constantly judging myself. I don't encourage you to do that. People like Andy Frisella, people like Dan Pena, right? People like Oprah Winfrey. I look up to these people like Oprah, well, like a mother, right? Or, you know, whatever, a sister, whatever you want to say, right? I look up to her because of how calm she is, how she can express herself, the wins she's had in her life, and the childhood she went through, right? You would think, oh, her life was just peachy glory from day one. No, it was not. She made it into that. And she talks about gratitude. And Andrea Friselis talks about gratitude. And Gary Vee talks about gratitude. And Dan Pena talks about gratitude. Every single day, they are grateful for this life, the oxygen that's going in their body, the opportunity they have in front of them throughout that day. If you're looking at your day as a dreadful task, like I was, you're going to hate your day. And if you hate your day, you're going to get very bad production out of yourself. I know that for a fact because I went through that for many fucking years. I went through that for many years until I was able to dissect and admit that that was the issue. I was stuck there. A lot of us, regardless where you're at in reselling, it's got a lot to do with being ungrateful. I'll tell you how ungrateful I know people are when people say, yeah, but eBay's fees, they're ungrateful. Off the top, that is ungrateful. Okay, and I've said that before, so I was ungrateful for the platform. The platform presents itself to each and every one of us the exact same way. First of all, you should be grateful because it's equal opportunity for every motherfucker. I don't care if you're hot, pink, and 2 foot tall. It will fucking grant you if you do what you're supposed to do, it'll grant you the same results it's granting me and any other fucking person reselling, right? It is the equal opportunity. I don't give a fuck what sex you are. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You could be listed naked all day long. It doesn't matter. You can get the same results as the next person, right? So that there is no, oh, we're going to pay this person a higher fucking salary because they got a master's degree and you don't have any credentials. They have a piece of paper and you don't, right? There is none of that. So that is something to be very grateful for. There is $7 billion plus being spent on eBay every single year. That's something to be grateful for. 20 years ago, 40 years ago, when my parents were trying to figure out what the fuck they were going to do in their life, this wasn't available to them. So that's something to be grateful for, right? Your open sign can be on at 4 o'clock in the morning, or you can turn it on at fucking 8 o'clock at night, or turn it on at midnight. That's something to be grateful for. You can't do that at any 9 to 5. You can't come into your 9 to 5 and say, hey, Tom. Tom's the boss, right? You can't say, hey, Tom, I'm going to fucking be here at 2 o'clock in the morning, whether you like it or not, and I'll leave when I'm ready. You can't fucking do that at a 9 to 5. They'll fire your ass today and find somebody to replace you the same day. You can't do that at your 9 to 5. You can't make your own schedule at most places. There are a select few that you can, right? But very few. You can't say, hey, I'm coming in my joggers today and there ain't nothing you can do about it. eBay, you can. You can't say, hey, check this out. I'm going to make $100,000 this year. But the place you work for is got a cap at $45,000 a year. You can't tell that company that because they ain't going to give it to you. eBay will give it to you. You see what I'm saying? How people can fucking tear down their own success. I've done it myself all throughout my life. Through being ungrateful for the opportunity that presents itself. Have you ever looked at eBay that way that I just exposed it? It is a fucking opportunity. Get it out of your head. Will this work for me? Yes, it'll fucking work for you. I'm so tired. I'm tired of people thinking that way. I thought that way for the longest time. I'm like, yeah, Rally Roots and them did it, but is it really possible for me? Why the fuck isn't it? The guy that broke, I can't think of his name, he broke the 4-minute mile. Okay, and I talked about this before, but people never even attempted it because back when it was broke, everybody thought you would have a heart attack, you die, you dehydrate. There's no way you could do a 4-minute mile. Once one person broke that 4-minute fucking mile, thousands followed after him. There might have, I don't know how many there is that's done it now, but I'm sure it's in the tens of thousands, maybe 100. I don't know, but nobody did it until they did it. Okay, so what I mean by that is go on YouTube, even Google, how many successful resellers are making 6 figures a year? They'll give you the fucking statistics. If they can do it, you can do it. There's nothing different about them than you, other than bone structure, other than gray hairs. Maybe you don't got none, right? Other than sex. There's nothing fucking different. They got blood pumping in their body just like you do. They got a mindset. Maybe it's different than yours, but they got a brain, you got a brain, right? I'm telling you. The question isn't, can you make it on eBay? The question is, will you put in what it fucking takes to make it on eBay? That's all it is, guys. That's all it is, guys and girls. And there's a big era coming in where our system is corrupt. I believe it to be very true that it's corrupt. I don't want to get too far political. With the school systems, they're making everybody a winner, which is making everybody lazy, right? Oh, if all 30 people on the team get a trophy, if I get a trophy for 22nd place, then why am I even going to put in work, right? I'm getting the same trophy the first place guy is making. Why, or girl, why would I put in the work it takes to get to first place if I'm still getting a trophy at 28th place? They're creating lazy motherfuckers, man. People are, and I ain't saying nothing about technology because I use it too, right? But what are parents doing these days? And I'm not knocking any parents. I did it myself. Me and my fiance bought our grandson his first cell phone or tablet. I forgot what it was, right? What are parents doing these days? It is a fucking perfect babysitter. You give your kid a phone or a tablet, then you can go do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care what parent wants to make an excuse for this. I'm one too, right? I've done it myself, so I'm calling me on my own bullshit. Give it to them so I don't have to pay attention for a minute because they're occupied. I know they're not going to move off that couch for the next fucking hour. I can go do whatever the fuck I want. What is that creating? Laziness, right? How many kids do you see outside fucking playing these days? Not so fucking many. Not like when I was a kid, man. We used to pedal our bikes 25 miles one way just to see if our buddy John was home. And then get there and be like, oh, fuck, man, his bike's gone. That means he's gone. That means we just rode our bikes 25 miles for nothing. Nothing. And then we ride 25 miles back and be all right with it, right? Whatever. We got a 50-mile ride in today. Like, that's a real story. That's not me making shit up. We used to go play in dirty mud puddles. Parents today, no, don't step in it. Don't scuff up your shoes. Fuck your shoes. He's a kid. We are making this generation, I'm afraid for very badly. We are making them lazy. Now, I'm not saying all you parents out there are making your kids lazy, okay? I'm not saying that by any means necessary, so don't take that as an attack. I'm saying I was guilty of doing it myself, okay? When I grew up, my parents were like, you go to fucking work, you go be the best employee there, and you try to get to the top. You go to Walmart today, look at how people work. Let me give you a prime example. I'm not saying everybody at Walmart's lazy, but I'm in Walmart probably 4 times a week, 3 times a week maybe. I see people with 2 cans of beans walking like this to put them on the shelf. Then they grab their phone and then they're talking for 15 minutes. And they have no drive whatsoever. So if them kind of people are getting on the eBay platform and thinking they're going to make 6 figures a year, then they're going to fail. Then they're going to bash eBay and say eBay sucks because they didn't make it. No, what sucks is your work ethic. You have to be honest with yourself. Look, and there's nothing wrong with if your work ethic sucks, right? If your work ethic sucks and you admit it, now you got somewhere to go, right? You start working on that. Okay, I'm going to start. I worked with a guy, and I'm not saying where I worked, and I'm not saying who it was. I'll just put it this way. I would get done 15 times the amount that this person would get done in a fucking hour than what this person just had 1 gear. You ever meet one of the people that just got 1 gear? Like if they were trying to rush you to the emergency room, you'd die because they got 1 fucking gear. That's it. You have to know when to get into 2nd and 3rd and 4th and overdrive. You got to be able to get into them gears, right? Because I'm just saying, guys, what I want to do, what I really want people to do, I want people to fucking win. But the society is creating lazy motherfuckers. Why do you think they're creating lazy motherfuckers? Because I'm going to tell you why they're doing it. Because here in a little bit, AI is going to come so fucking fast. Gary Vee, everybody's talking about it, okay? AI is going to come so fast, you are going to have no fucking value. I'm going to have no value. What you're going to do is you're going to sit on a couch all fucking day, look at your fucking cell phone, and they're going to give a fucking national fucking income amount to every fucking United States citizen. You think I'm fucking bullshitting? Watch. Watch in the next decade what fucking happens. I'm predicting that out right now. They're already talking about it. They're already figuring out a way they're going to be able to pay people and make sure that they're not set, but make sure that they can live, because AI is going to take 80% of people's jobs. Unless you're a coder or you know how to fix fucking AI, you're going to be pointless. I'm going to be pointless. So you better get your fucking stacks up now, right? Shouldn't they get, and people think that, nobody will take that serious of what I just said. And when it happens, watch. Just remember I said that a decade down the road when I'm 50 times fucking grayer and I'm 10 years older and I'm on here saying, told you so. Just fucking remember that. I research all that shit and I pay attention to where the fucking economy is going and what the fuck they're doing. I watch this shit. Matter of fact, the 6 to 8 hours I list a day, I'm listening to that shit. I'm studying that shit. Why? Because that's where our world's going, whether we like it or not. You may as well say AI exists already. You're a walking encyclopedia. You're fucking already a bot. Everything we do is on our cell phones. It's just separated from the second they can find out, like Elon Musk is already talking about this fucking this transmitter they're going to be able to install into people and shit like that and help people be able to walk again through nerves and all kinds of crazy shit, right? But we are already fucking bots, man. If you really think about it, and I'm not trying to sound like a tinfoil head motherfucker, everything you want to know you have access to right now. Years ago when I was growing up in school, you couldn't do that. If you and your buddies were together and be like, this is the fact, man. This is what happened in 1993, and it's a fact. Only way to prove that was go to the library and look it up. You don't have to do that shit no more. It's right at the touch of your fucking fingers. Everything is at the touch of your fucking fingers. We're already AI. That's AI right there, right in front of you. What you're watching this from is AI. Okay? It's only going to advance. It is never going to go backwards. We're here to evolve. So the technology is going to continue to evolve, right? I just want people to know, if you do feel lazy, there's a way out of that. And that's to start valuing yourself in what you get out of life. And you do that shit through gratitude and action. Through gratitude and action will get you to where you want to go. I'm telling you this. Here's what I'll tell you my honest opinion when I first heard that. Mind you, I was in a real dark place in my life. This is probably 6 years ago now, maybe a little longer. I had a point in my life where I was tired of using drugs. I was tired of drinking alcohol. I was tired of getting the zero results I was getting in my life. I just thought myself, you guys, where do you think I come up with this shit all my own life? I thought myself, hey, I'm deep down I got good intentions and I want good for people and I open the doors for people and I'm a good person. So I just thought good things were going to happen to me. That's not how it fucking works. I'm telling you that now. Right now, I'm telling you that from fucking experience. 41 years of experience. It's not how it works. Okay? So, I said, somehow, I got to figure out a different way of living. I have to start doing different things. So, I pull up YouTube, how to be happy in life. Right? This little shit I did. Sounds stupid. They said, start making a gratitude list every morning. Here's my instant negative thought on that. You're fucking stupid. That's my first thought, right? But you're a fucking you think writing something, 10 things to be grateful down a day is going to change your life? But you're a fucking idiot. And I thought about it and I'm like, he's worth millions of dollars. Maybe he's onto something, and he's smiling all the time. Maybe he's onto something. So I tried it. It fucking worked. Right? So don't judge what you've never done. Okay? Don't judge what you've never done and try it out. If you've never wrote down a gratitude list, listen, the first time you write it down, you're going to feel real fucking stupid. Don't even tell anybody you're doing it, because they're going to probably think you're fucking stupid too, right? I'm telling you, if you just woke up and done aimless wandering all your fucking life. That's what I did. Woke up, just kind of fucking fell into work and kind of fell home and kind of just fucking watched TV and then just kind of fucking woke up and did that shit again. Right? That's aimless wandering, man. You're a robot. You're basically a fucking robot doing that. Most of us that work a 9 to 5, you're a robot. I was a robot. I'm a robot now. I'm a robot now, right? But until you start applying different principles in your life, you're going to continue to get the same results you got. So I had to humble myself enough to say, you know what, Justin? The way you've been living the past 30-some years at that time has been fucked up. You have to be okay with that. I broke down in tears on Facebook. I exposed myself to everybody. That's what started shifting my life. My life started going from a fucking $18,000 to $22,000 a year, and it's not all about finances either. Trust me. Or to the six-figure marker. The best thing about that was who I had to become to get there. And from 6 figures a year to $1 million, the best thing that's going to come from that is not the amount of income. Sure, that makes certain parts of life more relaxing, right? But what I'm going to gain the most out of that is the person I have to become to get to that. The person you have to become to get to your goals is what's going to feel the best. I'm telling you, it is the feeling you're after. It is the feeling I was after. The feeling of success is what you're looking for. It's not actually the action that gets... It's not what the fuck we do every day. Come on, man. We're taking fucking photos. We're listing items. Dirt. Anybody can do that. Okay? So you're not creating a fucking light bulb. Let's put it that way. All right? So just don't toot your horn because you're a rockin' reseller, right? You're fucking taking photos. You're fucking listing items. Any motherfucker can do that. Does it take time to get good? Yes. But it's no different than riding a bike. You fuck up your first... How many ever times you try on your bike before you know it, you're fucking great at it. You can just, matter of fact, you can close your eyes, let go of fucking handlebars and fucking ride for miles, right? You're going to be able to let go of the handlebars on eBay too and just fucking ride for miles. I'm telling you, the best part of going from 0 to 6 figures is not the money. I'm telling you that now. It's got nothing to do with the money. It's about what you built and the belief you had in yourself to get you to that level, the consistency, the discipline it built. That's what matters. That's what makes you walk with your chest out and your head held high and your shoulders back. That's what gives you confidence is the work you put in to get there. Not the big dollar. If the big dollar amounts is what giving you confidence, that's not confidence, that's arrogance. That's all that is. So don't confuse confidence with arrogance. Don't do that whatsoever. Confidence is you feel good about yourself, about something you achieved. Now what's great about if you have 0 confidence, you can build confidence. Yeah. How do you do that? Discipline and consistency on a daily basis. I'm talking about people like Warren Buffett, guys. That's what motivation does, right? Say there's a chart, a flat line chart. Motivation. Whoa. You start getting some results, consistencies. Little tiny loops. Guess who wins the race? You ever hear that? The turtle wins the race? Because the turtle's consistent. The rabbit runs as fast as it fucking can, and then it's got to stop for 30 fucking minutes. You can run as fast as you want for a month on fucking eBay, but if you take the month off, you're never going to get as far as the next person that just stays consistent with little loops. Little 2 items a day. Little 10 items a day. That person wins on eBay. The person that, I'm going to give it everything I got for $3 and expect super fucking results, and then you don't get shit, and then you say, fuck this, and you quit. And that person that was doing 5 a day, and kept doing 5 a day, doing better than you are. That's how it really is. That's how it really is in life towards anything. The consistency wins the fucking race. Every time. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. If I go to the gym today, it's funny. Here, I want to use an analogy, and I'm not tooting my horn by no means necessary. I transformed my day and my body in less than 90 days. I'm not where I want to be. But from where I started, my frame looks completely different, okay? I go to the gym 7 days a week. Every 2 weeks or so, I'll take a day off. I see regulars that go in there on a daily basis. That's there actually longer than I'm there. They have made less progress than I've made in 90 days. And some of them have been in there for a year. Why do you think that is? Because their energy level in there isn't consistent. 1 to 2 days a week they go in there, they have high energy. The other 5, they're doing more talking than they're doing training. You hear what I'm saying? Same goes for eBay. If you're staying consistent with a certain amount of energy every single day, within a fucking 6 months to a year, you will be way further ahead than the guy or girl that goes ham Tuesday and Thursday, but very little the rest of the days. Consistency always wins. The guy or girl you see in the gym that's fucking jacked, they were just consistent. Consistency wins everything. Everything. Consistency outperforms talent by miles. 5 miles. Everybody I watch and follow, they say it. Man, the one guy actually says, man, I'm actually kind of fucking dumb, man. And I don't want to do this shit every day. Well, what got me to where I'm at today, fucking 25 years later, was consistency and discipline. Joe Rogan admits it. He's like, dude, Joe Rogan says this, dude, if I only worked out on the days I wanted to work out, I would be a fat fuck. Listen, that is verbatim. That is exactly the same words that came out of Joe Rogan's mouth. Do you guys see something? Success leaves clues. Because you feel like shit, you still gotta do it. Because you're not feeling it that day. You still gotta do it. If you can get that into our thick skulls, that's what gets us there. It is. It's bottom line. You're not going to want... I'm trying to be 100% honest with you. And I am in every video, so I don't even know why I got to say that stupid phrase. The truth is this. I want to not do it more times than I want to do it. I 1,000% hand it to you. I don't want to do this shit every day. You don't think I'd much rather be out there with a fishing pole or with my fiance on a trip right now, going somewhere beautiful? Tomorrow's our day off, going somewhere where we've never been? I know what I got to do, though. If I want to be able to do them things with some cushion in the future, I know what I got to do. Here's my thing is, I fucked off half of my life. More than half of my life. I told you guys what my lifestyle was. I was a party animal. I fucked my life. I want to be the cool kid. Right? I fucking drink 7 days. Oh, you drink on the weekends. I drink 7 days a week. I look like a fucking idiot. I fucked off the majority of my life, and I got bad results from it. What I told myself and talked to my fiance about is, those fun... I'm not saying I don't try to have fun, okay? I had my fun. It's time to get to fucking work now. Right? I had to tell myself that. Right? Why do you think I sold the fucking side-by-side? I had my fun. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to have fun again. I'm not telling you never to have fun again. Right? But I want it, when I want to have super fun, I want to be able to do it with a cushiony bank account. Okay? Because I want to do something crazy like skydive. I want to have a side-by-side that looks nothing like nobody else's. Right? With a motor in it that nobody else has got. Right? I want to have fun. Right? I want to go do fun. I want to travel the fucking world. You have to... I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. My apologies. If you can be consistent, I don't care if you're a snail. I don't care if it takes you 15 hours to list 10 items. If you can do that every day, you're doing better than the person that can do it in an hour, but only lists 3 times a week. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Matter of fact, in the beginning, don't rush nothing. Take your fucking time. Learn slow. Grow slow. You don't hear a lot of people saying that these days. Everybody, hurry up. Work like a robot. Come on, work like a robot. Fuck eating. Just work. Just take some Adderall and go to fucking town. Right? Why do I know about that? I used to take them. Right? Take some fucking coke, do some cocaine, do some meth. Fucking list 50 items in an hour. Right? The fucking people are doing that shit. Fuck. You can never stay consistent like that, though. First of all, it's not healthy for you. But second of all, you can never stay consistent and do that every day on that shit. It will eat you alive. Right? That shit will eat you alive. There's a lot of people in the Silicon Valley that, trust me, Adderall, I believe, was not made for kids with ADHD. I believe Adderall was made for fucking billionaires. To give them more energy to get through the day, I'm telling you. Anyway, let's not go off in the rabbit hole. But it's your boy flippinstoop. I hope something in this video struck you enough to realize that you do have what it takes. You just got to keep going. The moment you give up, the only way you fail on eBay, it starts in your head. You start doubting yourself. I'll tell you where failure starts on eBay. You start doubting yourself. Yeah, this probably can't happen for me. Yeah, nothing good's happened for me in my life, so why would this work? Whatever the thought might be. Okay, I've had them all. I've had all them thoughts. I still have them. I got to kick them the fuck out of my head. Right? Everybody's got it. So instead of working on the dollar amount, right? Start working how good it makes you feel. to wake up at the time you said you're going to wake up, to do the amount of items you say you're going to do a day, to do all your tasks you got to do throughout your day, and then check that day off because that day's a win. And do that same thing tomorrow and win the next day. You win 90 days in a row, you're going to feel like you're on the top. You want to build self-confidence? Win your day. It's your boy, Flippin' Stoop.